we're moving forward. And so we've known each other, as we've established, for somewhere between an hour and an hour and a half, a year and a half, and, a little bit more, maybe getting in that ballpark. And for me, the whole time I've known you, you've been mostly using a wheelchair when you at least come outward. How did the wheelchair come into the world for you, Charles?
Well, working from home, and then, it's not long hallways like it was at work, but it was still hallways. And I was furniture surfing from one thing to another to get to my office.
So you were having to hold on to things and find things to hold on to in order to move your body through space.
But then eventually it got to a point where just going down the short hallway, it was like being blindingly drunk.
Whoa. Okay.
So you were just all over the place, head swimming. And then you started having falling incidences because of it.
Yeah.
And so
falling into things, hurting yourself, or mostly bruising yourself?
Bruising, cuts. Your upper body would be all these little cuts on it, and you have no idea how you do it. Yeah, and I have no memory of doing it.
Were you doing showers or baths at the time?
Showers.
And what would happen when you do showers?
We started just standing, but then, I'd keep one hand on the wall at all times. And then we went to a shower chair.
Okay.
And this was when I was living upstairs in the master bedroom. But now, since I couldn't do the stairs anymore, we had to redo the shower. So now the shower in the downstairs is much, much smaller. Which actually works
is better for you.
Right.
Interesting.
At all times I can keep the body touching a wall.
Find a thing.
Yeah.
So you can find the world around you because you have to use physical contact to make connections.
Yeah, I knew for a fact in my mind that no matter what, 1 foot to the left or right, I could touch a wall and I know where I am.
So you don't use a handheld shower because that would add, or do you?
We've got one, but I don't use it.
You just let it stay stable. So it's one less variable you have to try to deal with.
Right.
Do you use a bar of soap or do you use a scrubby, or what do you use to clean yourself?
A bar of soap.
Bar of soap.
But I also use, I forget what they're called, but you can put soap in it and squeeze it.
Okay.
And get it.
And then, so you can do that. So is there anything, have you used a mitt? Have you ever tried a mitt?
I haven't tried a mitt.
Okay. Because that you don't have to hold on to anything. It's there. Yeah. And you can do surfaces. So I just didn't know whether you'd come up with that idea yet or not. Because dropping something is going to be a real bear. Because I can't imagine you would pick it up, would you?
No.
Anymore?
I leave it on the floors later.
Because that's really dangerous to try to be bending over. Can you bend over now?
I can, but I won't like it. Because you get the sensation that your body just wants to keep going.
Yeah, you're going to fall.
You're going to fall.
Yeah.
And it doesn't even matter if you get your foot out there knowing that you're going to do that, but the sensation's still there in your head.
There's a head
that you're going.
Yeah. Is it if you just bring your head forward, or is it when your body comes forward?
Head forward.
Head forward. So it doesn't have to be anything extreme. No. So getting in and out of the car
can be a challenge.
Can be that kind of feeling.
Yeah. So we get into a routine. So I know you're going to do things in this steps, but at the same time, following steps is
hard. Harder than it used to be.
Yeah.
Because it takes so much to organize yourself to do a step.
Yeah.
And then it's like, what's the next step? I forgot.
What was I doing?
What was the thing that comes next? Because there was so much work to get through this step. What's the next one? So if I were to say getting rest, is that one activity now, or is that 6 to 8 activities now?
It's a process, but it's any distraction, and then all of a sudden I'm off on a tangent, and then you look down and go like,
oops.
I think I skipped a step.
Oh yeah. So it's because it is different.
Or you repeat a step.
Yeah.
You do that in the kitchen.
Yes.
Yeah.
Like I'll go get your breakfast out. Then I need a fork. And so I get a fork. I didn't get a fork, so I need to go get a fork. And the next thing I know, there's 3 forks
Fork
there.
out
And I'm sitting there like, I don't remember
This
the
is
previous two.
ridiculous. How did I get 3 forks out and not notice I had 3 forks out? But it's such a process to go find the drawer, to get the thing, and to find the fork in the drawer, to pick up the fork,
Right.
which seems like all of those are simple in and of themselves, but we use visual perceptual so automatically. It's only when you're robbed of it
Yeah.
that you realize how much you just glance and do, but you do glance.
Yeah. And I think a part of it is that because of the visual aspects of it, things disappear. So yeah, I'm sitting down at the table. I've got my bowl. There's the fork is now gone.
Yep.
So I go and get another fork.
And then you look and it's like, well, where was that when I was here? I was just here.
I tried to get her way early on. I tried to convince myself she's messing with you.
It's easier to believe that than your brain is doing this. It's much easier than Deborah's.
But now I know it's
picking that fork. It's like, why did she keep moving my stuff? Yes. Yeah.
But if which I've learned to do, I've learned to do sweeping movements with my hand. Because if I can bump it, suddenly it becomes real again.
Okay,
there it
so I'm going to show you guys, because we have it up so you can see us well, but I'm going to go down here because I want you to see, this is Charles' hold hand.
Yeah.
And I want you to notice the state of his fingers and his knuckles, and his thumb is latched underneath, and his foot is, okay, so the 2 hard is, what's your greatest fear coming up? What are you most afraid of?
Okay.
And then what are you most still looking forward to? You have something you look forward to.
It's hard.
I know. Yeah, I figured it would be hard.
I look forward to just the interactions with people because I miss it so much. But my biggest fear is just the clock's ticking.
Yeah.
I don't have much time. Yeah. And I know this is starting in the back, working the way it's front, but it really has gotten to me lately because of the way I hear things wrong. And that tells me that it's moved further up. And I'm like, what's next? Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, do you want to talk about that? Do you not want
I
to
don't
talk
mind
about
it.
Because I think that's what people don't understand is like, it's like you feel like you have a ticking time bomb. You have to do things that you can do, but at the same time, it's a matter of time.
One thing I think people, you might want to mention to people is that once you have the diagnosis, it's basically, see us, we're done.
Yeah. I mean, and that's like,
there's no help.
Yeah. I mean, it's just really devastating.
And the doctor, or even the quarterback doctor, she said, you're my one failure. I failed you and Mother Nature won. That one hit hard. But I mean, I was like, I get what you're saying. But I've
done everything I can.
Right, I got it. But that's not true. I mean, like,
she was like, your state, I'm just here to make you comfortable. That's okay.
Well, there's value in that. Could you see value in that? Yes. Could you say, okay, so here's what we're going to hook you up with? Because I think there are some things. And I'm curious, like, a shitty thing to say. Sorry. I mean, really honest to God, you just wonder where they got their friggin' training.
Yeah.
Yeah. Just still wrapping my head around it. Hey. So we have a little addendum to add to our conversation about living with posterior cortical atrophy and some of the changes that have been going on. And when we finished our last segment, we finished with a physician basically saying, I mean, so disappointing. You're my one failure.
Yeah.
And honestly, you saw my reaction. This was not okay in any way, shape, or form. And then Deborah thought about it and Charles thought about it. And so what did you come up with?
just has it's not just one doctor. It's multiple specialists that I've seen. They're like, they see the diagnosis in the chart, and then they're like, but there's not much we can do for you. So I'm just here to make you comfortable
At best.
at best. Yeah.
Others have said, oh, well, nothing we can do, but if you want to keep coming back every 6 months, we'll remeasure you and put it in the chart.
Yeah.
I find this unacceptable. I mean, because there are things that need to be done and should be done, and it has to do with how you're going to live your life. I mean, this is not like, okay, so what does this mean? And it doesn't seem to have any awareness of what they're saying to you, which is there's nothing you can do. It's just, what does that mean? And it's not true. So,
Yeah, the eye doctor, I was like, I really don't want to go through all those tests again. All I wanted was a pair of sunglasses. And they
So
wouldn't even give it to me.
well, I mean, and he knew what he wanted. He
Yeah.
knew what he needed to make his life better.
Yeah.
And he wasn't wrong.
Yeah.
But trying to get that,
Yeah.
did you eventually end up with sunglasses?
No, they wouldn't even give me a
Not for
prescription.
them.
Yeah.
Oh,
I was like, why were we even here? Yeah.
so you try to do the right thing and you might as well just go down to Walmart and see what you can find that you
Exactly.
like.
Yeah,
Yeah.
pretty much.
That's really not okay because there could have been things that could have been done to optimize reducing the sun rays coming in, really distracting.
Yeah.
I mean, there
that's-
were options. There are options.
Yeah, and that's exactly what I was wanting to get, something like that. And he also said, just, you shouldn't stay in the dark. And I'm sitting there going like, so you want me in pain all day? That makes no sense. I'm like, yeah, I have to reduce the lights everywhere. Even I feel bad even at home because the lights are off.
We live in the dark.
You live in the dark.
We live in the
Yeah,
dark.
because to have
yeah.
light on causes pain.
Yes.
Yeah. And so to ask for like fully disclose, like covering eyeglasses that could be darkened, I mean, that's reasonable. So
Yeah.
you could be in the presence of family and not like feel like everybody has to be in the dark because your brain can't tolerate light.
Right. I just didn't, I don't want to feel like a burden on the other family. And, the rest of the family, oh, we have to keep the lights off. I figured if I could have those, that would have solved it. But yeah, that guy he was more interested in, let's try again in 6 months. And I'm sitting there going like, no.
It took a lot to get
This
through
is
all
6
this.
months. This is 6 months.
Yeah, we were
6
there
months of
for
my life.
4 hours.
Oh my
It was a stupid long.
Wow. Wow.
Yeah.
Let's add that they make tanning bed goggles.
Yes.
Right.
Ski
goggles.
This isn't like
Yeah.
something that should be that hard. And for professional skiers, if you want lenses that are specialized, they do it.
Yeah.
I just,
They do it.
yeah. So I have another question.
Mhm.
And this question, Deborah, is for you.
Mhm.
As you live and have lived through this and you're living through it, what are your greatest fears? What are you afraid of?
Finding the right kind of care.
Tell me
Mhm.
more.
Well, if I say he has Alzheimer's or dementia, people make certain assumptions of what can and can't be done and what should be provided that don't quite fit the needs. Like, how do I even explain this? Turn the lights down, keep the noise down, be calm, but engage in a highly complex conversation.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, Charles can hold on to stuff. Charles enjoys having conversations that have
Yeah.
depth and meaning and talking about music and talking about, so Charles, now you used to work in computer science.
Yes.
So there are some things that you used to do that were really complicated.
Yeah. For example, even as a kid, you take something, I have to understand how it works from A all the way to the end and back. So when a person clicks on a key, I understood exactly what that transaction was like all the way to the server and back to the user. And so that was just, I had to understand it. I couldn't let it go. And I would read like technical manuals. That was my nighttime reading.
And he didn't go to sleep reading them.
Yeah, I did.
Oh, but I mean,
No,
but
he
different than
engaged
I
with
would
them.
Yeah,
know, I mean, as opposed to after the first
Yeah.
sentence.
Yeah.
So curiosity then. Your language skills are still fairly elevated.
Yes.
So Deborah's concerned about people say hearing the word Alzheimer's or thinking the word Alzheimer's, or even if you say posterior cortical atrophy, they'll go, I don't know what that is.
Well, that's
What
weird.
is that? There's such little appreciation for this, and there hasn't been any physician assistance really provided to
No.
like, what would this look like? Or a social worker saying, okay, well, why don't we do this, this, and this to help you out? Because what we have discovered is, wow, this care is going to be incredibly interesting.
Yeah.
Because figuring out how to cue you in situations when you're very used to Deborah, and so you use physical contact with Deborah to reassure yourself and to feel comfortable and to relax into conversations sometimes that are tough conversations. I suspect that if you and I worked on it, I could say, okay, Charles, so we're going to work on the bathroom stuff because I'm getting concerned about the falls.
Yeah.
And I feel like somebody needs to be in there with you through a lot of it, especially the transitions.
Yeah. Because, yeah, I'm getting there. And it's just because there's several times where I'm like, oh, I don't need anybody. I got this. And then all of a sudden you're on the floor going,
Well, yeah.
okay,
maybe I might. And so trying to figure out, how do we transition this?
Yeah.
You know, how do we work through this?
How do you find the right
And-
resource?
And how do we get ourselves trained so we can help train them, so you don't have to go through this every friggin' time you have a new resource that you're trying to make use of, because that we know is a possibility. And so knowing the right way to create the video, and so video training ahead of time makes sense to me, but it has to be you in that seat so you can give us the feedback about. So maybe putting bathing trunks on and going in the bathroom and going through this. So we would then have a model for how people could provide assistance and not get in your way.
Yeah.
Because I'm going to do something that probably will be sort of annoying just to demonstrate what would happen classically. Are you ready?
Sure.
Ish. Okay, so Charles, okay, we're going to go ahead and get your clothes off. Okay, here, hang on. Let me just do this. Okay, now stand up. So how's that, Charles, right there?
Oh, yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah.
So I'm just moving your chair, Charles.
Yeah. It takes time for words.
Keep breathing.
Yeah. It's clearing up.
Oh, you actually shut down.
Yeah. Yeah, especially the right side just was like, then my brain was like, I don't want to do this. And it just, it's scary when it stops.
Yeah.
And that was not atypical for how people would do that.
Right.
Without knowledge, without skill.
Yeah. Most people don't understand, even family.
No. And even when I asked you and you said, yeah, I'll try it. And I knew sort of what was going to happen. And I did it not to cause you pain or discomfort. I did it because people do not get it.
Yeah.
And we have to educate people. This isn't okay.
Yeah.
That's not care. What I just did is not care for Charles.
No.
That's abuse. And he will seek neglect rather than take the abuse.
Yeah.
Which is why he will keep wanting to not have somebody help him if that's how they help him.
Yeah.
For much longer than he sees that it's safe. He'll know it's not safe. but it's not worth the risk. So we're going to pause because we do this because it needs to change, and it needs to change dramatically.
And that's why I'm doing it.
Yeah. Debra shouldn't fear Charles's support and care. She should know there's somebody out there that she can reach for and will be curious and want to learn how to do this. And there are ways to do it. Right now is not the right time to demonstrate that, but we could make a big difference. So just so you know, there are things that could and should be done, and they're simply not happening. Anything you want to close with?
No, just other than my goal is to educate as much as I can while I can. That's because this is not, like you said earlier, I need to stop using titles and just focus on explaining to people this is PCA. It's not what you think. It is completely backwards.
Yeah. And if you don't know what it is, don't say you can give care, because you won't be successful. But say, I'm really curious, what helps for you, Charles? What makes a difference, and what should I avoid doing? Yep. Different?
You hit it.
Yeah. All right, everybody. Till next time. Take care of yourself, but most of all, take care with your care. It matters.
Hi, I'm Teepa Snow, and you just found our YouTube channel and watched one of our videos. I'm the owner and founder of Positive Approach to Care. Thanks for watching, and if you liked, if you have a comment about, or you would, please share it with people you know. Oh, and if you haven't yet done it, consider subscribing. We'll let you know when the next new video comes out, and you might want to visit our website, www.teepasnow.com, where you'll find other resources as well. See you there.